Oh, I feel so bad for every Arsenal supporter who was forced to watch this game because of how much they love the club. It was an absolute monstrosity from Arsenal. No game plan, no idea what to do with the ball and how to use it. It was an absolute disgrace of a game from Arsenal. On the other hand, we had one of the best games from Leeds United I've seen this season, and it speaks volumes. They were incredible, but also incredibly unlucky, not scoring a single goal. Oh, what a shame! And speaking of shame, if you've seen some of my previous videos about Arsenal or just football in general, you might have heard me talk about Arteta, how high I was on him, how much I liked what I've seen from him, and I even said that if Arsenal supporters and Arsenal board will believe in Arteta, will give him some time, maybe you're gonna see some of this past glory come back to Arsenal to an extent. But right now, we're seeing true colors of one Mikel Arteta, and those true colors are truly horrible. Let's be honest, this game was a disaster from Arsenal. They had only two good chances to score. One was an absolute luck. And I mean by this that Pepe tried to cross it, but instead hit a crossbar and nearly scored. This was an absolutely lucky of a moment, and this is exactly what Mikel Arteta is looking for. Absolutely zero capability of going forward. This side has no idea what to do with the ball, how to use it to go forward, how to press their opponents if they're not Manchester United. I mean, they lost the ball consistently 7 times in a row, and I'm not even joking. Every time they got the ball in the first half, in the beginning of second half, they would try to go for a couple of passes and then immediately lose the ball to Leeds United, which Leeds United incredibly used. They were showing what actual football looks like with quick, easy passes to run through Arsenal's midfield, to run through their defense, and if only Leeds had some better players, had some quality players that are not only a workhorse, but actual, for example, goal scorers or just great talents. It's not even a question of maybe, they would have scored at least 3 goals, and there's no doubt about this in my mind. I mean, Leeds United hit a crossbar for like 3 or 4 times. I totally remember 3 of those. Maybe there was another one that I don't remember, but Rodrigo coming off as a substitution, immediately hitting the bar. Bamford, goddamn, you're a liability up front, hit a crossbar. Oh no, he hit a post. And maybe Rafinha hit a crossbar one more time as well. I mean, if only they would have had an actual striker instead of Bamford, they would have scored 3 to 4 goals because the amount of chances those players had was just mind-blowing. Every time they went close to Arsenal's third, they were creating some incredible chances, and they were basically living in Arsenal's third. They had like 25 shots, and only 4 of them were on target because every time they went to the box, they have the ball and they shoot it right above a crossbar or right into the crossbar. 20 times, I swear. Alright, 18 out of those 25 shots were so close to being a goal that you cannot tell me otherwise, that they wouldn't smash Arsenal 3 to 4 nil if only they would have had a better player up front. And it's a shame because Leeds United desperately need those 3 points. So is Arsenal, but Leeds United were heavily criticized after getting 2 losses for 1 from Crystal Palace and from other side that I don't remember at the moment. Excuse me. But Leeds United showed how well they can play, showed that if only once again they had a better player, they would absolutely destroy this Arsenal side. And Arsenal showed that they cannot score even if their life would depend on this. They didn't score from a game for like 400 minutes, and I'm not even over exaggerating. And that's a scary thought. Aubameyang, where the fuck are you? I can't see you. You are playing as forward. You were always the one who obviously was suffering from playing on the left side. But now there was no Lacazette. There was nobody up front apart from you. You were the main star and you did absolutely nothing. I truly don't remember a single chance that Aubameyang would try to score. I mean, obviously it's not only Aubameyang's mistake. There was no help from the midfield or from the wingers because they didn't do shit. For example, Pepe was much more desperate to believe that he's Zinedine Zidane, and he decided to headbutt their Leeds number 10. Obviously, this player was getting on nerves of Pepe. We've seen some footage where he was provoking him. They were having a little bit of a challenge over the ball, and obviously, this was a plan from Leeds number 10. But Pepe was so immature at this point. You know he's trying to get on your nerves. You are doing absolutely nothing on the pitch. You had one or two moments that you can consider good. But overall, you know that the game is not going as you wanted. You're not showing anything to prove coach wrong. You've been on the bench for God knows how long this season. So of course you're frustrated, but there is no reason to go and headbutt your opponent and get a stupid red card. Now you're gonna miss 3 games, and now Arsenal are desperately need any attacker, and the only one they have left is fucking Willian, because Saka, who came out later on the game, was brilliant. He showed that he is able to bring this fire to the side, even though he had 2 games for England squad. But unfortunately for all Arsenal supporters, he got injured towards the end of the game. And that's a big loss for Arsenal because this child is the best player in Arsenal right now. And that's a scary thought. Overall, as I said, it was a disaster of a performance for Arsenal. They were so lucky to not consider a goal, but towards the end, they had an actual chance to score. Obviously, there was a penalty that could have happened but didn't when Leeds United defender was falling down and he hit the ball with his arm. Should this be a penalty if you're speaking from a low side of game? Yes, it's a touch of a hand inside the box. It should be a penalty. From a human side point of view, that would be so unfortunate to have a penalty like this because you can't control your arm. It was bended at half and you're falling down and your body just forces the weight down. That's why your arm hit the ball. So, from a human side point of view, it's so good that this was not a penalty at the end. From Arsenal point of view and from rules point of view, it should have been a penalty. So I can understand some sort of frustration from Arsenal supporters. But overall, you had like 2 good chances towards the end, but you just couldn't execute them. And not only that, you barely could go through Leeds United defense, even though they were so desperate to go and score that they barely had any defense at their own half. 3 defenders! That's all they had, but you couldn't take an advantage, you couldn't do jack shit, and that's why you didn't lose, but you should have. So, for every Arsenal supporter, the only thing I can say is be strong. You're gonna need a lot of luck and probably a lot of alcohol. For everyone else, we've seen a brilliant display of football from Leeds United. We should be happy that Bielsa with his side are finally in the Premier League. And overall, Thank you guys for listening, and hear you soon.